Now here's something I did not need. I really shouldn't have picked up. I'm not even going to show you the tag. But those of you who know these codes will know what the tag price is. I didn't pay tag price, but it was pretty close. I wasn't able to talk them down as much as I would have liked to. But here it is. From the video title, you'll know what it is already. Go ahead and have a look here. There is, inside here, a battery, a Canon lithium-ion battery pack. Focus. Wow. There we go. There's another pouch over here on the side, which has a Canon lithium-ion battery pack. There's a pouch here, but I'm not going to open that because I know what's in there. It's just a receipt. It's not really worth looking at. So if we go ahead and open it, you can see we got two more compartments. In here is the power supply, a Canon CAPS 700, which puts out 7.4 volts DC at 2 amps. And the USB cable. No firewire, unfortunately, but it doesn't really matter too much, I don't think. Now, let me get this compartment open and we'll have a look at what's in there. Like I said, I really was not envious of paying how much I paid for this, but I think that it was probably well worth the money, considering what it came with. In here, we have not one, I'm going to put that somewhere where it's not hard to, not two, not three, well, okay, not even 4, but 5 80-minute MiniDV tapes. I have one over there importing because there's, of course, lost footage on these tapes. This one, unfortunately, does not work. It's bad tape. I think it's this. Yeah, it's this one. This was the one that I pulled out from the bottom. So this is a bad tape. One of the reels is stuck. So it spills tape all over the inside of the camcorder. Looks like this would have belonged to I guess that guy. So, Tim, if you're watching this video, I got your camcorder. There's a couple of these. Looks like it was used to record college or university lectures of some kind. Not sure from where, because I'm not aware of that course code. It's not one at my place of work anyway. This is the camcorder. Funny enough, it's in a Sony pouch. You can't see that, but it does say Sony on it. You would if you could see the other side. So I wonder what happened to the Sony camera. This is a Canon accessory. It allows you to have an accessory shoe. It's not a powered shoe or anything. But this thing, I'll admit, this is like the weirdest thing ever. I'll go ahead and I'll show you what it really looks like when it's all folded out. This is what it looks like unfolded. It's actually kind of unwieldy looking, to be perfectly honest with you. But, it goes back into place rather easily. It's got a couple of these little lock tabs. So, yeah, you could do it one-handed. But anyway, so that's it for in there. And the last little cubby hole here, if I could get it open with one hand. Has a mini shotgun microphone. Again, it's a Sony. And, last but not least, this is the little extender arm that would have gone with the shotgun microphone. I believe that's it. There's nothing else in the bag. Let's have a look at the camcorder. Alright, so here's the camcorder. And again, if it was just the camera, I would have left it, because I'm not a fan of this form factor. The reason being is that the microphone has no isolation from the tape basket, except maybe a piece of foam inside it. And what that means is that all the vibration from the tape basket gets into the recording. So these are the cameras, among others, where if you've noticed MiniDV video, and you hear all that zzz in the audio, that's what it comes from. It's because of these. There's no insulation from all the vibrations. It's an Elura40 NC. It's actually a fairly nice camera, though, if you discount that. There's a look at your controls. I have no idea what that does. I can go read the manual and tell you, but I didn't get the manual in the bag, but I do have the manuals downloadable on the internet, so it's not too bad. Power and your record button. A couple of little indicators. Menu controls. Menu, exposure, a couple of various things. There's your eject for the tape basket. Over here, there's an S-video underneath that. You can switch to tape or cards. You can record video to the card on this, I assume. At least from what I can tell, it's able to do that. Not that you should do that, because it's crap. You can see there's LANC for remote control. There's your USB output for streaming. A microphone input, standard, which is nice. I don't know if it's powered. And of course your DC input. What other doors does this thing have? I know it's got a couple others, other than that one. This is where your battery would go. Unfortunately, it's not a standard battery, so I'm going to have to go get one of those. Oh, yeah, the DV and AV outputs are on the front here. So maybe you can see those. Okay, I went ahead and read the manual. That's an easy mode switch. So it's set to program AE right now, which I believe is auto exposure or something. I don't know, but I'd assume that's the regular mode, and then you can turn that over to get to easy record mode. Here's a couple more controls. Just your usual stuff, as well as for your digital effects, which has got quite a few of, and some of them are actually pretty cool. Here's your LCD. And a viewfinder. It's got a color viewfinder, which is pretty cool. I also gone ahead and plugged it in and attached a battery pack. Unfortunately, I don't know if these battery packs are actually any good. I did try charging one of them briefly, and it didn't really do much, so it's entirely possible that the batteries are toast. I don't really know. Supposedly they take about an hour and a half to charge those, so maybe I'll give it an hour and a half, and I'll see if the batteries are any good, and I'll let you know in the video description if they're actually any good, or as a title on the video, who knows. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on in camera mode. I'll take the lens cap off. It's got a fancy boot screen, and it's got no battery, so I'm going to have to change all those settings, which is kind of annoying. Just go ahead and go into it. It's got a couple of various options. It's not very easy to do this with one hand. So it's got digital zoom off 40 times or 200. I just usually turn that off because it's useless. It's got a 16:9 mode, which I'm going to go ahead and turn on. Auto white balance, self-timer. There's our different modes here. It's got wind cut. Audio mode should be set to 16-bit. At least I usually set it to 16. So, turn the date time display on. Demo mode off. It actually tells you what you need to use. It's not a touch screen, which is probably a good thing, because this menu is not really designed for a touch screen. Apparently you can have 2 remotes set up. I don't have any remotes, so I won't be using that functionality. So I'm going to go ahead and set all that, and then we'll probably go ahead and change over to this camcorder and have a look at what it can do. Alright, if you would believe it, and if it's actually telling me the truth, we are now recording with the Canon Elura40 MC MiniDV camcorder. So there's the zoom. There's all the zoom you get. Alright, I can't even get up. And just have a look at what it can do. This doesn't appear to be very good at the low light sensitivity stuff. Of course, it's not exactly bright in here at this point in time, being as though it's 8 o'clock and cloudy outside. It's got a couple of different faders on it, so we can go ahead and have a look at those. So you saw the black and white fader first. It's also got a wipe fader. A really cool looking corner fader. I saw it go black and white too, so that's pretty neat. Let's see, a jump fader. A flip fader. A puzzle fader. A zigzag fader. This is not the best thing to try and do, to control all of this. It's kind of cumbersome, especially with how you have to hold the camera. A beam fader. And last but not least, a tide fader. It's got a couple of effects as well. So there's the artsy effect. Turn that off. Go ahead and change that to black. Well, it's got black and white, sepia, mosaic. Those are pretty obvious. Then some pretty cool ones. There's a ball effect, which I think is pretty interesting. It's got, let's see, oops, cube effect, which is also fairly interesting. This is one of those highfalutin camcorders with a lot of special effects. This is really the only one that I can say has got any decent effects on it. There's a wave effect. I have to wonder what that looks like in post. Color M, I'm not really sure what that, oh, that's what that does. So you get a diamond and then a whole bunch of color changing on the sides. That's pretty cool. A mirror effect as well. So that's like that other camera. That would be that one down there. Everything sort of closes in on itself. Which a lot of people seem to get a kick out of. I don't know why. Nope, that's it. So, no more effects. So just go ahead and turn that off. What else can I think of to demonstrate on this as it is? I don't really think there's a whole lot, so we'll move on to demoing some other things. Switch the power on, which I might just leave it like that. The Sony ECM Z37C, which I believe is a zoom mic. It's probably doing some interesting things right now. I'm not real sure how it works. So I guess I'm going to have to go ahead and play back, have a listen, and see if it actually recorded anything. Alright, so I've gone ahead and switched back to the internal microphone because, from what I've read, this thing is actually a piece of junk. I listened back to the recording and I could barely hear the audio with the speaker turned up all the way, so I'm kind of curious whether or not this thing even works properly. It's possible that there's a battery inside it, and I need to change that battery. So I might take that apart and see if I can figure that out. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've changed the little battery that it came with. Which is this thing. It's a little 2025. But I'm not so sure that it'll work with this camcorder either, because when I turn it on, I get a little red light for a second, then it just fades out. So I'm wondering if this microphone requires plug-in power, and I just can't provide plug-in power because this camcorder doesn't supply plug-in power. So I'll have to see what it does on a camcorder that does supply plug-in power to its external microphone. Alright, so I was reading the manual and made a rather disappointing discovery. As it turns out, the camcorder does not actually charge the batteries when it's plugged in. You need to have the special battery charger. And guess what I didn't get? So I went ahead and made a quick check to make sure that that was actually correct. And as it turns out, it is. I also need to replace the battery in my multimeter, apparently. But, so I did not get the battery charger, so I will not be able to use any of the batteries until I get the battery charger. So that's kind of disappointing. There's a couple of things this camera needs as well. It needs a retention battery, and now it needs that too, so that's actually kind of sucky. I checked the microphone. Oh yeah, I checked this mic that I had on here on a camera with plug-in power, and it behaved the same way. So either it's broken, or that's the way that it's supposed to behave. But I think that's pretty much it for the video. I can't think of anything else to say, so thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off, and I hope to see you next time. Till then.